Overview. Biology is natural science that focuses on the study of living organisms and life, including the structure, function, development, interactions, evolution, distribution, and taxonomy of living organisms. The scope of its field is broad and divided into a number of specialized disciplines such as anatomy, physiology, ethology, genetics and much more. All living things share several key characteristics: cellular organization, inherited genetic material and the ability to adapt, evolve, metabolism to regulate energy needs, the ability to interact with the environment, the ability to sustain homeostasis, reproduce and grow and change. The complexity of life. Despite its complexity, life is organized and structured. Cell theory in biology refers to the fact that all living organisms consist of one or more cells. The cell is the basic unit of life, and all cells are born from pre-existing cells. Even single-celled organisms, such as bacteria, have structures that allow them to perform basic functions such as interacting with the environment and chemical reactions that sustain life or metabolism. In multicellular organisms, cells work together to form tissues, organs, organ systems, and finally all organisms. This hierarchical organization can expand further into populations, communities, ecosystems, and the biosphere. Genetics and adaptation. Genetic material, biological blue copies encoded in an organism's DNA, is passed down to their generation. Over several generations, genetic material is shaped by the biotic, living, and abiotic, inanimate, environment. This process is called adaptation. Generations of well-adjusted parents are likely to survive in conditions similar to those experienced by their parents. As long as hereditary traits increase survival and reproduction, it is called natural selection. Natural selection is the fundamental mechanism of evolution. For example, some kangaroo mice live in hot, dry areas with little rainfall. They nest in soil that is colder to avoid sweltering heat and retain water, and lower their metabolic rate to slow evaporation. In this way, the genetics of the kangaroo mouse, which codes for this behavior and is passed down through generations, ensure the animal's survival in such extreme environmental conditions. Environmental interactions. Organisms must also be able to interact successfully with their environment. This involves navigating the world around them in search of resources or potential mates, but it also involves arranging their internal environment. Homeostasis is an organism's ability to keep internal conditions constant. For example, people maintain constant body temperature. If they get cold, they shiver. If they get too hot, they start sweating. Living beings also maintain metabolism, the chemical processes that regulate their energy needs. For example, plants convert sunlight into sugar and store chemical energy in adenosine triphosphate.